How are we all doing? Yeah, you saw it. Yeah, you saw it. How are we all doing? Good morning. Oh, man. It is the Broadcast. Welcome back to the Broadcast. It is November 26th, 2025. A bit loud. Music is a bit loud. Okay. Hey, I changed a few settings. I turned it into low latency mode, and I changed a couple of the output stream settings. So hopefully it's not as, laggier. Or hopefully it's not as laggy. Sorry. It's early in the morning. I don't know how to talk. Oh my God, man. So I got the Dunkin' on me. And usually I am not a Dunkin' guy. But what happened was I woke up. And all of this stuff, I did so much prep last night. I was like, I have to pack all my bags. I'll explain why we're doing this so early in a second. But I thought I had planned everything. And then I went to the coffee machine this morning. The most important part of the day. And we're out of beans. I have no backup beans. I have no cold brew in the fridge. I got no bubblers. I have zero caffeine in the house. And so I got to get the damn... I had to get the damn Dunkin'. But anyway, yeah, we're still coming back. I've barely had any, so I'm a little rusty. I was beanless on a Wednesday. Yeah, stream is always on Wednesdays. It's always on Wednesdays. I may have confused people a little bit because I announced that it would be a 6:30 situation. On a what is it? On Monday, and so people thought that on Tuesday things would be different. I don't know why my camera looks like this. I'm trying to figure it out, but who knows? Anyway, how's it going, everybody? Yeah, you're probably wondering why are we streaming this early, and it has to do with the fact that I have to catch a flight in a couple hours. Got to go to LAX, and I'm freaking out about it. I think it's going to be a terrible time. There's a chance I miss that flight, but anyway. We're here. Okay, wait. I may have done it. Is this gonna fix anything? If I no? Never mind. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. It's mad early, bro. Well, you know what? Nothing wrong with starting the day off right, huh? Kindly take care. that the video is twitching? The video is twitching. It's twitching a little bit. I saw 6 to 8 inches of snow, or 6 to 8 inches of snow for Chicago. Not looking forward to it. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so I got it even worse. I'll be flying into Minneapolis, where there is actually a snowstorm going on in the Minneapolis way. So, no, guys, he's on YouTube, not Twitch. Exactly. It's 2 p.m. for me, so perfect time. Have a safe flight. Thank you. I was actually going to ask the community. I'm really struggling to find a movie to watch on the plane. I picked out two. I downloaded two very like dad movies. I downloaded Manhunter by Michael Mann and The Town, directed by Ben Affleck. Sorry, I got a little choked up talking about The Town. But I was wondering if those were are those mistakes? It's buffering now. Whatever, bro. We're just gonna we're gonna stick through it. There's nothing we can do at this point. I just wish my camera didn't look like this, but that's no one really cares about that. Manhunter is peak. No, they are good movies. The Town for your Boston friend John. Yeah, after making that actors turn directors video, I was like, I really need to tap into more Ben Affleck. Why are you glowing? Okay, maybe people do care. Huh. Does this help? Will that do anything? No. You look like Oppenheimer when the bomb goes off. Oh, it actually kind of looks better now. I don't know what I did, but it looks a little bit better now. We're going to ride with it. I like the Twin Peaks message. Who said that? Oh, someone just said Twin Peaks. Whew, man. Okay, so listen, I told myself, I was like, we're going to get right down to business this stream. Because, listen, I have a hard out at 9 a.m. my time, which is just a little over 2 hours from now. We have a lot to cover. We're going to be talking about this variety list that just came out this week called the 100 Best Comedy Movies of All Time. Of all time or of the century? Of all time. We're going to be talking about that. Jesus, glitch. That'll be fun. I have not looked at it, but it's caused quite a commotion. I have no idea what to expect. John said it would be great to react to on stream. So I'm excited for that. Why is it glitching? Why is it glitching? After that, we're going to talk a little bit about my Cousin Vinnie. It's not going to be a very long discussion. I'll give you a heads up because I it's a great movie. Spoiler alert. But it's not like we're going to have that many deep things to say about it. There's not that much to say about it, but we'll get into it. We'll talk about it throughout stream. We'll play some Cine 2 Nerdle, and maybe, just maybe, we'll do the call-in idea. But it would be, it's glitching a lot. Dude, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Let me try something. Let me try something. I might disappear for a second. Like, I might take myself out. Okay, but you can hear me. It's night mode. We're going to do video capture device. We're going to put in that, and then we're going to do that, and then we're going to put me in, coach. And now we're back. Oh, dude, what the hell is going on, man? It's better than last time. Oh, we're still figuring this out. We're still figuring it out. It glitched like immediately. Hand the stream over. I could talk for hours about my Cousin Vinnie. How's the call-in going to work? I'm going to put a number up on screen. Or in chat, and then you can call that number, leave a voicemail, and I'll play that on stream, and then I'll give you some recommendations. That's how we got it right now. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to do that. We might play some Cine 2 Nerdle. We don't know. But it's going to be chill. It's going to be a good chill time. Does it have anything to do with this Logic Capture software that I downloaded that was going to help with the camera settings? It might have something to do with that. Zootopia 2 is so good. Yes, I did see Zootopia yesterday. I saw it at a I saw it at a 1 p.m. screening at the El Capitan Theater, which I guess is owned by Disney. So like it was a big thing. It was a whole, they had like the whole movie was, or the whole theater was like Zootopia themed. There was a pre-show with like what's their name? Nick and Judy, the rabbit. What's her name? Please be Judy. I need to make sure it's Judy. The rabbit and the fox came out on stage and started dancing, and it was like a huge musical number. And Judy Hopps, yes. And then there was all this confetti and celebration, and there was a whole class of elementary students behind me in the balcony. And I was just there alone, and I was like, this is a little odd. But I ended up actually having a pretty good time, and so it says a lot about the film. I'm not going to speak too much on it, as I will obviously be making a video for that one. That's the only reason I went to go see it. But what I will say is you should still go see it if you're on the fence. You should give it a chance. It's a pretty fun movie. It's honestly like way better than it has any reason to be. But dude, and they fucking actually, I can talk about this because I don't talk about it in the video. But like the furry stuff, man, they're like leaning into it a little bit in this movie. They like really want to tease that relationship at the center. They want you. Why are you so red? Man, I don't know. It sparked like all these Letterboxd reviews that are like those two need to fuck, and I'm like, we shouldn't even be thinking this in the first place. But the movie is egging this on. It's trying to get people to say this. Do they reference the comic? The Zootopia comic that exists? Do you wear wigs? No, man. But I will own up to it. I do use Hims hair loss spray, and it works. You get to a certain age, you gotta take action before it's too late. Don't ask about that comic? Okay, good to know. Yeah, I won't go any further with that one. When will you wear wigs? I wore a wig like a couple years ago when I went as Shiv for my Succession Season 3 finale watch party. John was there. Can speak on that. I looked pretty good. Have you heard of Sarah Stook's new show? It's good? Yes, I have. I haven't watched it yet, but my mom says it's good. Better or worse than Inside Out 2? That's a tricky question. You're going to get me into some hot water with this one, but I think it's better. Off the bat, I would rewatch Zootopia 2 right now if I had to. I'm not really like I was never like feeling an Inside Out 2 rewatch, but Zootopia 2, I could throw it on right now. I mean, talk about a great airplane movie. You might miss it in theaters, but I know all of you are going to like download it on Disney Plus in a couple months, and it's going to be the best airplane movie ever. Why am I wearing Crocs right now? Better than Elio? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to be so I need to see the rest of the nominees, obviously. Right now Zootopia 2 is my pick for best animated feature, though I haven't seen K-pop Demon Hunters quite yet, and I honestly spiritually should be and probably will be rooting for that, even though I haven't seen it. I want to see, that would be a better win. But having not seen it yet, Zootopia 2 might be the best animated film I've seen this year. Wolf Grindin, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you, Wolf Grindin. Yeah, you know what? Like, Elio was it was fine. I didn't think it was bad. It was a good, fine movie. I heard Little Amelie is good. My girlfriend Cookie saw it at Cannes. I know some other people that saw it at Cannes. I've heard good things. Watch K-pop Demon Hunters on the plane, dog. I was considering it, but I don't know if I wanted to do that. End of sentence. I didn't know if I wanted to do that. We could do K-pop for next week, though. What I was going to say is, like, yeah, Elio was good and fine, but this new one with the beavers, I saw the trailer for it when I went to see Zootopia, and it just, like, maybe it'll be funny, but, like, the animation is, like, a true, like, what the fuck moment. I'm like, why? It doesn't look that good. Hoppers, yeah. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Like, maybe I'll eat these words. Maybe this will age horribly, but, like, it doesn't look that good, in my opinion. It looks really flat. It looks really cheap. I don't know. They always surprise me. Like, Elio, I thought looked pretty beautiful. They always end up turning things around. Although I didn't think, like, Elemental looked that good. Are we excited for GOAT 2026? That's, like, been on the calendar for a while. My video calendar, because I'm like, with a big question marks. I'm like, am I gonna cover GOAT? Am I gonna go see GOAT and make a video about it? That's the big question. I don't know. I haven't, like, seen the trailer. I know very little about it, but it could be fun. It's one of those things where, like, who else is gonna cover GOAT? So maybe I have to. Maybe it's gonna be a big deal. Are you keeping up with Pluribus? Dude, I'm not. Like, I'm going to. Don't get it twisted. I will be catching up. I will be watching. But it's hard, man. Right now it's tough how much there is to. I think I'm caught up. I think I'm an episode behind on The Chair Company. I think I'm 2 episodes behind on I Love LA. I have a lot of movies that I have to get through before the end of the year for my 2025 list. I'm watching The Secret Agent this week through my neon box set that I was gonna, like, show off, and if you guys wanted to see what it looked like, I was like, I think I'm allowed to do that. I don't really want to watch Welcome to Derry. And then there's the Stranger Things shit, which I'm obviously gonna watch. Like, yeah, I'll watch that, of course. So there's just a lot to watch right now. How was Splitsville? It was good. It was very fun. It was very silly and very funny. Like the superior Dakota Johnson rom-com in that there's actually com in it. There's a lot of dick in it, by the way. You see that guy's dick. You see the 80 for Brady director's penis too many times. But no, it's good. It's good. I'm surprised that a concept like I'm surprised a polyamorous rom-com hasn't been done before. Like they kind of. I'm glad that we have that now, and that it's a pretty good film, pretty good example of that. Crazy year for seeing Wang on film. What else? 28 years later? That one was crazy. I'm trying to think of, I guess, Eddington, briefly. I saw you put Oh Hi on the watch list. I guess I did. Challengers count? Is there even... There's not an actual penis. There's a boner through the boxers. Do we need to talk about this? One battle? There's a dick in... Where's the dick in One Battle? His boner, that doesn't count. That doesn't count if we're talking about that. I haven't seen Companion yet. That's also on the 2025 catch-up list. It's too early to be talking about dick on screen in 2025. New tier list idea? Cinematic penis tier list? Oh, maybe an After the Hunt? No, that probably not. They wouldn't do that. Okay, listen, it's 6:54. We should probably get into this list before it's too late. Okay. We're going to be talking about the 100 best comedy movies of all time list. This was just put out by Variety. It's been causing quite a stir. A lot of people have been talking about it. I have no idea what to expect. But I realized just like from a distance that like this compared to that horror list from a few years ago, which I think was an IndieWire thing instead. Like I'm I weirdly enough have seen more horror because I dedicate the month of October to horror every year for the past 5 years. And so I've actually like, crossed off a lot of the classics. When it comes to comedy, it's like people don't talk about a lot of classic comedies as if they're essential films, which is stupid, It's annoying. But I need to catch up, and I think I'm going to learn that pretty quickly when going through this list. Let's get into it. We won't talk about everything, but off the bat, we have Bridget Jones's Diary, which I've seen like bits and pieces of. I don't think I've ever sat down and watched the entire thing. It's a favorite of my family's. Like my mom and my sister really like it, and I've been in the room while they've been watching it many times. I don't have that many strong opinions on it. It's solid. Wayne's World. I mean, expected to be here. 99 is a pretty appropriate place for it. Nothing out of the ordinary quite yet. Pretty Woman. I don't think comedy off the bat when I think of Pretty Woman. But I'm not upset at it. It's not my favorite thing in the world. I watched it last year, finally. It's one that I hadn't really seen until last year because I heard, Honora borrowed a lot from it, or people placed that on Honora. Sean Baker denied it, but I think Honora is just a better version of it. I wonder what I would think had I not seen Honora first, but I'm not upset at it being here. I mean, yeah, it's an essential rom-com for sure. Born Yesterday, have not seen. Like, look at this. Think Marissa Tomei in My Cousin Vinnie, or Mira Sorvino in My... Do you think My Cousin Vinny's going to be here? You guys probably already know. You've already seen the list, but I haven't seen this. But I'll check it out. I'm going to Get You Sucka. I have not seen this either. Chris Rock. I'll add it to the watch list. I've never even heard of it. Brazil, which has been on the poll many times. So far, this is fine, man. So far, I don't really get all the what all the controversies about. If you don't know them, it must be a bad list. Yeah, okay, like, let's make some things clear. Like, if they don't have, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, I'm gonna get really mad. Brazil, I still gotta watch it. I mean, cool that it made the list, I will say. I can't really speak on it though, as I've never seen it. Clerks being this low is kind of surprising. This is the kind of thing they would go for near the top for its just its influence and the kind of reputation it has. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of Clerks. I think I respect it. It's referenced a lot as like, the blueprint for low budget do it yourself cinema, but I'm not that crazy about it, but it's been a while. Hairspray, the John Waters Hairspray. Good to see it. If this is the only John Waters movie on this list though, I'm going to be mad cuz this is not the best. I mean, I've only seen like bits and pieces of this movie. I can't really speak on that, but like even I know from afar this is not like it's not the John Waters movie in my opinion. Dude, I've been meaning to watch The Jerk. She Done Him Wrong. Never seen it. Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice. I know no one gives a fuck about this, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this. But I just watched this and actually was just thinking about it in relation to Splitsville. If you liked Splitsville, you should watch Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice, because it's like it asks the question, what if in Splitsville the guys were actually hot? Because in Splitsville they're really not. No offense. But like here you have Elliot Gould, man, which changes the whole thing. It makes it kind of, it's actually sexy. And it's very funny and pretty raunchy. So if you're looking for a good time, it's a good one. And Elliot Gould is phenomenal as always. That's what I'm saying. The women in Splitsville are some of the most beautiful women ever. And there's some guys in it. And I'm like, this doesn't make any, they must have great person. Anyway, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Still haven't seen it. And I know I should probably watch this one. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. You know what's crazy is I still haven't seen this one either. I'm telling you, I haven't really seen a lot of the essential comedies, and even the ones that like I probably should have seen it, like A Sleepover or something. Like I've we're talking dicks and sexy ladies early in the morning. What a start to the day. I mean, we watched Splitsville this week. Like, what do you want from me? You know? Speaking of, like, actually, no, we'll talk about My Cousin Vinnie in a second. All love to Joe Pesci, but Anchorman, I'm not surprised to see it here. Obviously expected to see it here. It's one of Adam McKay's, like, most essential, I would argue. I'm actually trying to think what my favorite Adam McKay comedy is. It might be, I liked, I don't come for me because I don't remember what I actually gave it on Letterboxd, but I remember actually really liking Talladega Nights. It might be that one. But I need to check out the Anchorman. Everything Everywhere All at Once. I don't, this doesn't scream comedy to me, but it's funny. It's not really we just talked about this last stream, actually, a little bit in the Modern Classics thing. It's not really like my sense of humor, and it's not really full of laughs, but like above Anchorman, I can't believe I'm saying this, but like above some of these is kind of crazy for what it is. Like it's not like the best. I mean, maybe I should hear it. I'm not even reading these blurbs. Like, I'm not even giving them that. So, like, who knows? But, the Ratatouille reference? Dude, is it... I was going to make this joke on Letterboxd. Is it, like, in Ke Huy Quan's contract that every movie he does have to have, one Ratatouille reference? Because it's in Zootopia, too, as well. Romy, thank you for the super chat. Hey, everyone. I read from people who saw Marty Supreme that he wins the last match at the end of the movie. Motherfucker, get the fuck out of here. Why are you doing this, man? Why are you doing this? I hate this community. But thank you for the super chat. Idiocracy. Never seen it, but that's the guy, right? What's his name? Luke Wilson? To Be or Not to Be. Dude, still haven't seen it. That was on the, wasn't that on the poll last week too? Classic Ernst Lubitsch. Probably his most popular, his most acclaimed, if I had to guess. Idiocracy goated. I hate Idiocracy so much. Dude, how funny would it be if Happiness makes the cut? If Happiness makes the cut on this list, that would send this chat into... That would be crazy, man. I don't like the way you emphasize his last name. I still don't know how to pronounce his last name. Ernst Lubitsch. Lubitsch, maybe. Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown, dude. Yes, now I like to see this. This is incredible, man. Dude, I went to see Surratt. I talked about this last stream. I went to go see that screening of Surratt last week with my roommate, and he had a have you ever seen that clip of Werner Herzog discovering that John Waters is gay? If you haven't, it's amazing. Because he's like, I think this man might be gay. But we were talking about this because Pedro Almodovar's DP was at the screening, and my roommate was geeking out about it. And he was like, I think Pedro Almodovar and his wife produced this movie. And I was like, I guarantee that's not his wife. Because that is, he's one of our gayest directors, which was we all learn. I don't think my roommate knows much about Pedro Almodovar. It was in fact his brother who produced the movie, not his wife. I think this man might be gay. Wet Hot American Summer. Still haven't seen this one. It's a classic, though. Many people like this. Trail Boy Nate, thank you for the super chat. I heard at the end of Marty Supreme that ultimately love wins in the end. Now that's what we like to hear, man. That's what we like to hear. Yeah, I still got to get around to Wet Hot American Summer. I heard it's actually not that good, but I could be wrong. I really wonder if the Scary Movie stuff will be on here. The Awful Truth. Cary Grant. Still haven't seen it, but I honestly was not even really on my radar. Wet Hot is so fucking good. Okay, cool it, man. The Devil Wears Prada. Honestly, like, you could probably put the same complaints on this placement as you did, like, Everything Everywhere and Pretty Woman. Like, maybe it's not the most comedy, but I think it's pretty funny. And I think it's, like, one of the best movies out there. It's a really good film, The Devil Wears Prada. And I'm not looking forward to the new one at all. First time catching you live. Welcome. Good to have you here. We don't usually stream this early, but maybe we'll make it a norm in the future. It's kind of nice being up this early. Bamboozle, dude. I haven't seen it, but I've been kind of in like a... I told myself I was going to catch up with my Spike Lee blind spots this year, and I haven't really done that. All I did was watch He Got Game, but I need to get around to this one. I've heard it's very good. The Rocky Horror Picture Show, pretty low, all things considered. Not going to lie, but we'll take it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anything. I like this ad that keeps showing up. What Dwayne The Rock Johnson knows about pain. It's a crazy image. I have not seen A Night at the Opera either. A Marx Brothers classic. Blazing Saddles at 77 is pretty damn low. This is going to be now one of those things. I mean, like, who knows? Maybe Young Frankenstein's a lot higher. I'm sure they have a lot more Mel Brooks coming. But Blazing Saddles, like, I rewatched it recently. Way better on a rewatch. I mean, one of the funniest movies. Really funny. And, like, works so much better than it should. I mean, I love Blazing Saddles. I kind of think it should be way higher than 77. I'm not looking forward to seeing what's above it. Ren Elizabeth, sorry. Thank you for the super chat. If anyone spoils Marty Supreme anymore, I will come to your house. That's a good threat. That's a good threat. Yeah, shout out Blazing Saddles. Good movie. Way too low. Oh, that's going to piss off so many people. It's all coming together now. I can see why this list got very heated. I personally think Me and You and Everyone We Know is good. It's not her best. There's something a little irritating and very 2005 about it, but like it's kind of, it's kind of peak Miranda July, you could argue. Like that's, if you're looking to like see what she's all about, this is the movie. But I know that this movie had like it's a love it or you hate it situation, and it being just above Blazing Saddles is bold. Shaun of the Dead should be higher. Should be a lot higher. I know like there's a lot of comedies to come, but like this is, I've been obviously been reflecting a lot on Edgar Wright this week, and I've really been thinking a lot about Shaun of the Dead, and it maybe being my favorite of his. I think it's so funny. I think it's got some amazing bits. One of the best like zombie comedies, if not the best, probably. Yeah, I think it should be a bit higher. If this is the only Edgar Wright, if Hot Fuzz is above that, I'll let it slide, but it's on. Hot Fuzz is not on. Damn. Well, this is brutal, man. Honestly, pre Last Night in Soho, they probably would have put this in like top 30, if I had to guess. Private Benjamin. I've been wanting to watch that one too, but I still have not. Dude, 9 to 5 better be on. Napoleon Dynamite. Well, I saw it in the thumbnail for this list, so obviously knew it was coming. Kind of thought it would be higher. And you know what, man? Like, I'm going to... I'll be honest, it's pretty good. I rewatched it semi recently, and it's way better than I expected it to be. Like, it holds up a lot better. It's a really kind of strange and you could argue pointless movie, but still like very odd. When I was a kid and I first saw it, I was like, I've never seen anything like this before, and it was like weirdly formative because of that. You could argue it's like it's like knockoff Wes Anderson in some ways, which is something no one ever talks about, but it like kind of is. But like watching it, however many years ago that was, like 2 years ago, it's still very odd and unique and looks really nice. Love the way this movie is shot. So, yeah, man. I mean, I'm glad to see it's here. I wish it was a little higher, but I have to save these thoughts to see like what did make it at the top. Oh my God, bro. This is a crime. This is not okay. This is like I'm not even like the biggest Big Lebowski shooter out there. Like I think the Coens have been better, but like, dude, this is a little low for what this is. Like, this is one of their best comedies, man. This is an essential Coen comedy. This is an essential comedy, period. Like, that's kind of crazy. Like, if something like Scary Movie is above this, I know there's just going to be some bullshit that's above this, and that's going to be insane. I could be wrong. Miracle at Morgan's Creek. Still haven't seen. Gotta add it. Legally Blonde. I do love Legally Blonde, and I do think it's hilarious, and I think it should be higher, as is the case with a lot of these. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou was better. It kind of is. I think I like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou a little bit better. Yeah, Legally Blonde for sure deserves to be here. In all honesty, should be higher. Way more like a straight up comedy as well. Yeah, I don't know what there's to say about Legally Blonde at this point. I mean, I actually was thinking a little bit about it in while watching My Cousin Vinnie, because I think I was like, yes, My Cousin Vinnie is good. But I will say, I feel like even though the courtroom drama aspects of Legally Blonde don't last as long, they're not as significant in the movie compared to how they are in My Cousin Vinnie. I think they're better. But maybe that's just because like I've grown up on it and I've watched Legally Blonde probably like 30 times in my life. Like, I've seen this movie a million times and I know the script by heart at this point. But it's a genuine, that's the best part, is that at its core, it's a very good legal drama. Well, not drama, but I can't hear this right now. What's your problem with women, John? What you got against Legally Blonde? Guy who loves Legally Blonde be like, you guys are. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Honestly, probably should have watched this for Monkey Mondays. I never really got the hype behind this one. It's probably one of Jim Carrey's finest. I wonder what other Jim Carrey films will be on here, because if this is the only one, I'm gonna be a little heated. In the Loop, still haven't seen it. I have not even heard of it, to be honest with you. Dude, you know what should be on here is Burn After Reading. Hell's a Poppin'. I haven't seen this one. Eddie Murphy Raw. Is this a stand-up comedy film? Concert film. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know that was allowed here. I have not watched this. Is this even the like iconic Eddie Murphy one? I thought he had one that was like even more iconic than this. I haven't heard of Raw. I don't feel like that should count. No. Raw is really good though. I got to check it out. This is his big one? Okay, I'm wrong. I thought he was wearing a different outfit. I didn't recognize the purple. That's interesting. Okay, listen. I love Poor Things. Ratings wise, it probably is higher than Big Lebowski. Don't check me on this. This is a crime, right? This is weird. This is like a, if I think they should be allowed to do this, because I think we've all forgotten. It is very funny. It's a very funny movie. How is that a comedy? You've forgotten half the movie. Think about Mark Ruffalo in this film. Think about some of the early gags with like the animals and whatnot. I mean, there's a lot of. It's a very funny movie. Don't get me wrong. This thing is hilarious. That said, I don't think it should be above like most of what we've already seen. It's honestly, I would consider it like a drama that's really funny. But like you can't tell me there's not jokes in it, because there are a lot of them. It just may be hard to see that through the awards sheen that this has on it. That said, this is like this should be in the 90s, right? I think they should be allowed to put it in here, because I think some Yorgos representation makes sense. He's a comedic director in a lot of ways, just in a very dark and dry way. But yeah, man, this is his funniest movie, by the way. Let's all admit to that. I mean, The Bear is a comedy. That I'm not really on board with. I'm in the Bear is not a comedy camp. A Fish Called Wanda, dude. People are always telling me to watch this for some reason. I have not seen it. Going Places, also have not seen. I'm just gonna brush past some of these. I'm not even trying to start anything, but this I actually genuinely was expecting to be top 10. I was expecting that, kind of like just out of sheer respect, you know? You cannot do this. You can't do this, man. This is insane. What do you mean Airplane didn't even crack the top 50? That's crazy. Listen, I like The Naked Gun. If The Naked Gun's above this, I'm going to be a little mad, because I think Airplane clears Naked Gun. Oh my god, man. The Birdcage, dude. Shout out to John. It's like his favorite movie. The Birdcage is good. Honestly, The Birdcage. No, that's a comedy. That's for sure a comedy. Honestly, just glad it's here. That's actually really nice to see. Kind of should be higher. That's kind of a top 50 contender. Dude, if this is like, we better have some more. Dude, I know it's not going to be here, but can you imagine if Ishtar is in the top 50? I'm going to lose my shit if I see Ishtar anywhere on this list. Not out of anger, but out of just... At that point, I gotta respect. I don't think that's gonna happen. But if this is the only Elaine May, is what I'm trying to say, I'm gonna be a little... I know she did not direct this, but she wrote it. Big. I guess. Above Airplane is crazy. You're gonna hear that a lot moving forward. I don't give a fuck how fine the movie is. Like, the things that beat Airplane are automatically... Pillow Talk, haven't seen, can't speak on it. House Party, haven't seen, can't speak on it. My Best Friend's Wedding. That's fair. That's fair. I don't know about above Big Lebowski or above Airplane. Big ain't all that. Honestly, I would not be surprised if Parasite is like top 10 and we're all like, what? What do you mean? Parasite top 10 comedy of all time. Is Playtime on the list? If Playtime's not on the list, I'm actually gonna lose my shit. I might end the stream. That would be insane if Playtime doesn't make the cut, but I'm kind of half expecting. Has there been one international film on here? Are we doing that? Is this even The Odd Couple? Oh, dude, I've been meaning to get around to this one because I love Walter Matthau. Matthau. I have not seen Mean Girls yet. No, I mean, I have seen the movie, but it's not been on the list. It better be on the list. Guy who's like, baby mama should be here. Safety Last. Embarrassed to say, I've not seen this movie in full, but I've watched it in like film classes in bits and pieces. I feel like I can say I've seen it, but I haven't really seen it. Elf. You know what, man? I know Elf has its defenders. I know that like it's maybe a little overhated, but I think this is exactly where this movie should be. I think 54 is probably a good place for it. Although it beating, Airplane still pisses me off. It should be here. I don't care how much you hate Elf. It should be here for sure. Broadcast news. A little low. I'm not gonna lie. I love broadcast news so much. It's one of those where now that like some time has passed, I'm kind of like, that's one of my favorite movies of all time, probably. Should be a lot higher. Happiness should be on here. I agree, man. I don't think it will be, but I agree. Yeah, broadcast news should have cracked the top 50 if I'm going to be honest. The Tall Blonde Man with One Black Shoe. I've not heard of it. That sounds amazing though. A French spy comedy that's funnier than all the Pink Panther movies put together is... I gotta see it. That's just reminded me that like Pink Panther, the Steve Martin version, will probably not be on here, and I don't want to hear it from anybody. I think it should be. It should be like 99th. Being John Malkovich. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? This is... I love Charlie Kaufman, but this is not a comedy. He's made funnier films. This is not this one. I'm not on the comedy train. I don't think this should count. It's a good movie. It's a great movie, but I don't know about this. The Water Boy. Can't really like shit on this one too much as I have not seen it. It's an Adam Sandler blind spot of mine. Interesting though. Morning Cars, what place was Airplane? I think it was 62. Something really... I mean, that in itself is a pretty good bit. Haven't seen The Water Boy. No, I have not. We're in the top 50 though. We've gone through a couple all-timers that apparently did not make the top 50, but Water Boy did. Moving forward, we have Shampoo, which I haven't seen yet, but it seems like something I'd honestly really love. Bringing Up Baby. It's all right. It's silly. It's fun. It's not my favorite Cary Grant screwball. But I'll take it. We'll take it. I think His Girl Friday's better. Why was there a Perfect Thighs ad, Carson? Probably because I'm trying to get perfect thighs. It's a good question. The Grand Budapest Hotel should be higher. I mean, this is Wes's. This is largely considered Wes's best. Obviously, I have a different opinion than that. But as a comedy, probably like one of the best comedies of that decade, one of the best of this century. I mean, there's some real heaters above this. I think it should be a little bit higher. I I can't be too upset that it cracked the top 50. I think that's good. We like to see that. We'll take it. Coming to America, I'm embarrassed to say I've never seen it. That's a big blind spot. That's an Eddie Murphy essential. Kind Hearts and Coronets. I haven't seen it. Mrs. Doubtfire. That's fair. I guess this makes sense, right? Royal Tenenbaums on this list? Probably not. That's probably where they draw the line. They're probably like, well, that's not a comedy. And it's like, all right, man. That's just guessing. Yeah, this is like pretty fair for Mrs. Doubtfire. It's been a long time. I saw this when I was like a child. Like it's been a minute. I don't even know if I have it logged on Letterboxd because I can't honestly rate it. But are we still streaming later? No. I'll be on a flight watching Manhunter by then. Team America World Police. Over Airplane and the Grand Budapest Hotel and the Big Lebowski and Blazing Saddles and the Birdcage and Legally Blonde and Bringing Up Baby and I don't even care. Clerks. I guess Team America World Police is just that guy, man. I guess it's one of the best I guess it's the 43rd best comedy ever made. Arguably too soon after the 9/11 terrorist attacks, South Park creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone set their sights on Jerry Bruckheimer's hyperbolic brand of rah-rah spectacle, in which chiseled American action heroes, represented by 22-inch tall marionettes of the sort seen in the classic Thunderbirds TV series, go around blowing stuff up, causing untold collateral damage in their attempts to keep the world safe. That's the longest sentence I've ever read in my life. First of all. Anyway, yeah. I guess. 4 Weddings and a Funeral. I've seen bits and pieces. I haven't seen the whole thing. One of my mom's favorites, though. What? What the fuck is going on? What the hell is happening? What? What? Am I crazy? Am I crazy for the like? Are we really? I like this movie. It's fine. It's good time. It's funny, but like when I think of like the greatest comedies ever made, I don't know if I would put this 41. Like, all love to the Beatles fans, man. I'm not trying to. I'm just like, this is. It just caught me by surprise. Is all. I don't really know if it belongs here, but maybe I'm wrong. I do think this is a high contender for people raised in the 60s. Maybe it's one of the best comedies ever made. Yeah, you're right. Zoolander. Damn. Zoolander's pretty high. Like, I guess. It's honestly like not one that I ever really liked that much, admittedly. Like, I think it's funny for sure. I can get down with Zoolander. It's not one of my favorite comedies. Probably like one of Ben Stiller's most iconic. Gotta give it that. It deserves to be on this list for sure. It's an essential from this era of comedies, definitely. Maybe belongs in like the 60s or 70s ultimately. Is Tropic Thunder on here? Do you think did that make the cut? Or any? I mean, Superbad's obviously going to be on here. Clueless. That's. Yes. I think that's an appropriate place for Clueless. I think it's great. It's obviously a classic. Very good movie. Maybe not what I think of when I think of my favorite comedies of all time. I'm not mad though. I think this is actually like 39th for Clueless. That's pretty fair. It's pretty fair. The Nutty Professor from 1963. I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. Can't speak on it. The Princess Bride should be a lot higher. Man, this is now we're getting into territory where it's getting, we're gonna get angry. I've accepted Smiley Face will not be on this list. Princess Bride should be top 10 for sure. Let's before we go any further, let me just get this out of the way for the top 10. Top 10 should be Airplane. There should be The Princess Bride. There should be one Charlie Chaplin movie. There should be probably one Buster Keaton movie. Superbad should be in there. That's 5. What else? As far as Coens go, Big Lebowski's out. I guess Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? As far as comedies go, I like Fargo better, but I don't know if I would call that a comedy. That's 6. Young Frankenstein, no doubt. Evil Dead 2 is a stretch, though. I agree. I don't know if I would. I'm between Spinal Tap and Best in Show. I think Best in Show should get the credit it deserves. Nashville, no. There should be an animated film, and if I'm putting anything up there, I'm putting in SpongeBob. I don't give a fuck. And then Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Yes, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That's 10. So like now that we're clear on what should be in the top 10, let's move forward. Princess Bride is one of them. Ed Wood, have not seen it. I heard it's great. I heard it's amazing. School of Rock. Wow, that's crazy. Dude, I'm pretty thrilled about this. And I think this is an appropriate spot for School of Rock. Yes, it like realistically could be higher, but I mean, it's not I wouldn't say I think 35 is a good place because I wouldn't say School of Rock is necessarily like the funniest movie. It makes you smile, doesn't make you laugh that much. Makes you cry. Makes you pumped. Probably the best. Probably Jack Black's best. Honestly. I like School of Rock, but it's too high here. No, I think it's great. I think it's great. I think if we're gonna give Jack Black, I mean I grew up on it, so I'm a little biased, but it's a great script. It's a very tight script. With Nail and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about when it comes to comedies, clearly, because I have not seen this. I don't know what this is. I didn't think it would. I didn't expect to see this. Lost in America, dude. Interesting. Now I haven't seen this one, but I didn't expect there to be another Albert Brooks movie on here, to be honest. I thought Broadcast News was all we were going to get, but apparently With Nail and I is amazing. Good to know. I'll check it out. It's a British cult film. Bro, where the hell is Home Alone? It might be higher. I don't know if it's... I mean, sure. I guess. I didn't know Home Alone had shooters like that. My girlfriend yesterday got like confused because I refer to Macaulay Culkin at this point as the other Culkin brother, and Kieran is the one I think of first. I'm at that point. And I think that's reasonable. He's got the Oscar and the Emmy. Also, and I bring this up in the video, Macaulay Culkin is cast in Zootopia 2 as the Roman Roy equivalent in the like Succession parody they're going for. And I think that's fucking amazing. I gotta give them so much credit for that. That's an incredible bit. Anyway, still gotta watch Lost in America. Sullivan's Travels, that's on the list as well. That's on that AFI list. There we go. Wow, dude. I didn't think they were actually going to do it. I really didn't expect this. I actually kind of gave up on the John Waters thing a little bit ago. That's kind of crazy. I got to respect the list a little bit for this. Do I think it should have cracked the top 20? Yes. But we will take what we can get here. Like that, we'll take it, man. We'll take it. This is good. This is good. It's, you know, it might not be your thing, but you got to respect what this is and what it represents. The kind of, you know, fearless comedy that came out of it. How inspiring it is. Influential. It's the John Waters movie, in my opinion. I mean, that's crazy that they actually... I really thought they would leave it at Hairspray. Austin Powers, dude, yeah. Okay, now we're cooking a little bit. I'm not mad at this. Probably should have been higher, if we're being honest. Like, this should probably be higher. But, like, I respect Austin Powers at 30. That's good. Made me realize Shrek probably not going to make it, is it? When Harry Met Sally... Okay, dude, we're getting into some really interesting picks now. Are there any Ghibli movies we could consider? I don't know, man. I don't know if there's any Ghibli movies I would consider for this. The closest thing I can think of is Pompoko, but that's not even that funny. That's like the most they get. You're hating on When Harry Met Sally? No, I did not say that. I did not say that. I fucking love When Harry Met Sally. I think it's one of the best scripts of all time. I think it's probably top 5 rom-com of all time for me too. I'm in love with this movie. Clears You've Got Mail any day. If You've Got Mail is over this, I'm gonna be heated. Richard Pryor live in concert. Okay, here we see. I don't think these should count. Great as they are, I don't think they should count. But good for him. Good for him. The Philadelphia Story. I just watched this probably like 2 months ago. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Cary Grant when he gets like drunk and is like running around. It's like a little funny. But it's not better than some of the other Cary Grant films we've seen, in my opinion. Probably the best script, but not the best comedy. Borat. I mean, I get it, for sure. I get it. Borat's pretty funny. It's been a while since I've seen it. Butch Cassidy should be on this list. I mean, kinda. Yeah, Borat is pretty funny. And it is important. I wrote a whole college paper on it and why it's like one of the most important comedies of its time. So I guess I can't really be too mad at this one. You can't deny its power. Of course not. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Get the hell out of here with this. Like, I guess, man. MASH, honestly, in a similar way to Borat, none of us were there, but everything I know about MASH, it was clearly a big deal. It kicked off the MASH show, which was like one of the biggest shows of all time. It was an edgy comedy that like didn't in a time where that didn't really exist yet. Like there was nothing really like MASH before it. What's wrong with MASH? It's not like, I think it's just kind of a lousy Robert Altman film. I think it's got it drags a lot. It's not a very interesting movie. A lot of the bits fall flat. A lot of it has not aged well at all. I mean, listen, I could be wrong. Maybe I need to revisit MASH, give it another chance, but not really one of my favorites. Don't think it should be this high. I can't wait to see what number 1 is, man. I have no idea. Bridesmaids, this doesn't surprise me at all, as it made it into, what was that other list we were just talking about? Where Bridesmaids was also incredibly high for some reason. Was it the New York Times, like, best of all time list? I'm pretty sure it was that. Or the best of this century. Yeah, the New York Times Top 100, yeah. That's why I'm like, even though this is Variety, I'm not shocked to see it, because clearly Bridesmaids has like pull that I was not aware of until this year. But I'm not mad at it. Like, yes, it's also in the same vein as Zoolander, like one of the most essential comedies of, like, probably if we're talking like Kristen Wiig, Maya Rudolph. That was my cursor was not on Kristen Wiig. Like this is. I can see it. I can see it, I guess. I think there's other Melissa McCarthy films I would put above this. I honestly, don't come for me, I think The Heat is funnier. I like The Heat a lot. I would put The Heat somewhere in the 90s on this list if I had the power. Trouble in Paradise. Good to see it. Very good movie. Very fun movie. Caddyshack. Also very fun. I don't have that much against Caddyshack. I think it's a pretty fun movie. And this is like, I mean, this is when it gets to a point where I'm like, should have been in the 30s, not the 20s. Should have put, When Harry Met Sally above this. Should have put Princess Bride above this. Like, sure. The Heat is awesome. Thank you. Yes, Spy, dude. Spy is really good. I don't want to hear any, there isn't any, but I don't want to hear any Melissa McCarthy slander, because I think when she hits, she hits. I'll take Caddyshack for sure. The Bank Dick. Dude, I don't know. I haven't heard of this one. Superbad, number 20. All right. How we feel about this? It made the cut. It was never going to not make the cut. 20? Probably a bit low in the grand scheme of things. We've talked a lot about what from this era deserves to make the cut. Superbad, obviously an essential. Probably the most essential. Probably the most iconic. When I watched it, I want to say 2 years ago, expecting a lot of it to not age well, to not land, I was shocked at how much of it still worked. It's a hilarious movie, and like such a charming. Well, I don't want to say charming. That might be the wrong word. But like a great script, great performances from like some of today's best actors, like literally Michael Cera, Jonah Hill, Emma Stone, Bill Hader's in this thing. Like, I don't know. I think it should be a top 10 film. It's insane how many movies try to be super bad. Still. It happened one night. Still haven't seen it. This is one I really should have seen by now. It's high on the list. I'm not going to lie. I bet it's great. This is Spinal Tap at 18. Okay, I'll take it, but I'm starting to believe Best in Show will not make the cut as far as Christopher Guest goes. I hope I'm wrong. But I'm not mad at this. this is probably where I would put This Is Spinal Tap in my own list. I think it's really funny. I think it's, obviously one of the funniest. Are we calling this, is it technically, yes, it is a mockumentary. It's like, it's one of the best for sure. Carson's gonna flip at number 1. I have no idea what to. Yo! Oh my God! I did not expect this at all, man. Oh, oof. Oof. That's incredible. That's incredible, man. Number 17 is crazy. On my list, it would be top 5. This is one of my favorite comedies of all time. I think it's one of the funniest movies ever made. The granddaddy of cringe comedies. It is kind of, man. If anyone is like, I think I'm pretty sure everyone in this chat would like this movie. I think it's such a likable movie. It's amazing to me how low the log count is on Letterboxd. I'm like, this should be one of the most. I mean, I know it's like not very accessible, like it's on YouTube and not in very good quality, but I mean, this is my favorite Elaine May movie. It's got Charles Grodin, probably the funniest performance of all time. Yeah, no, this is amazing. This is a very big surprise, and it makes me very happy. Oh, I don't even give a shit about the rest. I mean, it should be top 10, but I'll take what I can get. His Girl Friday, where it should be. I was getting scared that this wouldn't be on here for some reason, when this is really probably the best. Honestly, maybe, I gotta double check, but maybe my favorite Howard Hawks. Definitely my favorite Cary Grant. Off the top of my head. It would, oh my God, if Charade is on here, that'd be, the fact that I don't think it's going to be on here is insane, because Charade should be somewhere on here. Yeah, man, His Girl Friday, one of the quickest movies ever. It's there's not a lot of movies that move as quickly as this one does. Okay, there we go. There we go. I'll take it. Dude, the 20 through 10s section is all about Karsten, isn't it? These are my movies right here, man. This is awesome. Should be top 10. Should be top 10. If I'm not mistaken, is this like how many? I don't know. I mean, there's probably some that I haven't seen. Obviously there's been some like UK films, but I'm just like and honestly, Playtime doesn't, the 2 times I've seen it in 70 millimeter, both screenings did not have subtitles, even though there is French. And that says a lot about the film, that like you do not need subtitles to enjoy this movie. It's all in the visuals. Wildy Gamer, thank you for the super chat. Do you really think comedy films are that important? What are we asking right now? What are you talking about? Of course they are, man. Trigger warning French. Yeah, this is, I mean, one of the best. Definitely deserves to be this high. They're as important as any other genre, man. It's an essential it's an essential emotion. Happiness and joy and laughter, and come on, man. What's Tati's worst? Probably his most overrated. I think his first one about like the postman or whatever it's called is not very good. But I honestly think Monsieur Hulot's Holiday is kind of a drag. I thought I would, and that's coming from someone who rewatched it or tried to rewatch it and was like, yeah, this isn't very good. I might need to see it in theater. I don't think his movies are very good at home by yourself. I really don't. Both times I've seen Playtime in theaters, it's a completely different experience. It is so good. And so if you have the chance, if that opportunity ever comes up to watch one of his movies in a theater or with a group, you need to hop on it, because that's the best and, dare I say, only way to like really properly watch his work, because it's something about watching the chaos with a crowd that really brings it to life. Sideways. Oh my God. I love Sideways, man. I do. I'm shocked at that it's this high. It's really good. It's really good for sure. if I'm this instead of Election is crazy. This is insane. Like, I mean, it kind of makes sense because Sideways was like, you know, a huge awards movie that year and is probably one of Alexander Payne's most successful. I mean, if you don't believe me, talk to your parents about it. My dad saw this movie, I think, like 7 times in the theater. My mom said that he like dragged her to it multiple times. Like this was huge at the time. So of course, I don't know if it's 14th best comedy of all time. I don't know. Dr. Strangelove should be number 1, not number 1, but top 10. It's a number 1 contender, you could argue. I don't know. I completely forgot about it up until now, which is insane, but should be top 10, top 5, honestly. Kubrick is funny because he's one of those directors where like multiple films of his are like top 3 worthy of their genres. Like Dr. Strangelove is a top 3 comedy. The Shining is a top 3 horror movie. Would you call 2001 science fiction? Because it's undeniably a top 3. Fucking Barry Lyndon, top 3 historical period piece drama. Paths of Glory, top 3 war film. Yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. His run. What else? I'm forgetting the others. Anyway, this should be higher, but I mean, glad it's on here. Tootsie. I guess, man. Tootsie's fine. Tootsie's good. I don't really. I'm not like head over heels about Tootsie. Like, it makes sense. I would swap places with Doctor Strangelove. I wouldn't put it above Doctor Strangelove. But, dude, Sideways above fucking Superbad? And Big Lebowski? And Airplane that's insane, man. That's insane. Does Alexander Payne know he wrote a better comedy than Airplane? That's insane. Sherlock Jr.? We'll take it. If this is the highest Buster Keaton we got, I'll be shocked. Groundhog Day. That tracks for sure. I'm assuming this will be the highest Bill Murray, which is fair. There's your Buster Keaton. Are you serious? That's what they went with? I haven't seen it, so like maybe it's with Sherlock Jr. gradually surpassing the General in the public's esteem. Did it? maybe I'm not aware, but I that's news to me. Okay, there we go. So there we have one of my top 10s in the top 10. Oh, Best in Show's not going to make it, is it? This fully deserves to be here. This is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life. It's so good. Sherlock Jr. is a masterpiece. Okay, yeah. Well, I need to watch it. Yeah, Young Frankenstein, one of the funniest movies ever made. Very glad it's here. Fargo. Well, obviously I can't be mad at this, as it's one of my favorite, probably my favorite Coen brother movie. Not really their funniest. I mean, it's very funny for sure. Not funnier than Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, in my opinion. But yes. Top 10 Fargo, we'll take it, man. We'll take it. Duck Soup. I famously, I think it's the one Karstcast film that I never watched for the podcast. Which is funny because I think it's like an hour long. And it was Jeff's pick, and he was like, and then we like showed up for the day, And I was like, so I didn't watch Duck Soup. And he's like, so what the hell are we going to talk about? So I need to watch Duck Soup because apparently, I mean, I believe it's great, man. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I'm relieved. I'm not surprised. I'm relieved. That's a good spot for it. Number 6. Nothing wrong there. They went Waiting for Guffman, which is honestly funnier than Best in Show. Easy. Like, way funnier. To the Christopher Guest heads, it is probably his best. So I'm kind of on board with this. I'm just a little surprised. That's really funny, though. That's a good-ass movie. That's crazy. I did not expect Waiting for Guffman to be top 5, but I respect it. The Great Dictator, dude. Oh my god, I still haven't seen it. They say this is Charlie Chaplin's one of his best. I'm surprised this made it, and I'm assuming. Wait. Sorry, I should have been reading that out loud. I'm just like, I can't believe that this is here, but Modern Times and City Lights just didn't make the cut at all. Like, I know we're doing multiple. You can do multiple Charlie Chaplin movies, and you mean to tell me that like those aren't here? This is nothing against The Great Dictator, but Annie Hall. Interesting. Yes, that makes sense, I guess. I can't really. It's a little disappointing. It's not in my top 10. I'm surprised. I'm actually like really surprised there weren't any other Woody Allen movies before this. Like that's what I will say. If you're gonna do Woody Allen, which you probably should if you're making this list, like this being the only one and it being this high just doesn't really make any sense. Like there's others, right? I mean, I've been meaning to rewatch it. There's a lot of other Woody Allen films. I haven't seen like any of his movies, so I have to. Yes, this is the Woody Allen movie. I'm just like, in the same way that Charlie Chaplin only has one. I'm like, shouldn't there be a few others? Like these are some of the most prominent comedy writers and directors and performers of all time. I guess, man. I guess. Some Like It Hot, dude. Yes. Dude, number 2 is goddamn right it is number 2. I'm happy with this. I'm really happy with this. This is the funniest Billy Wilder. It's the silliest. Pitch perfect comedy for sure. I don't know. I mean, there are a few I would probably put above it, but I think this is a very respectable number 2. I'm shocked there aren't more Billy Wilder. Okay, what the hell could number 1 be? I'm scared. I'm genuinely scared. Whoa. Okay. All right, man. That's not what I thought it was gonna be, but like sure, I guess. I love The Naked Gun. It's one of my favorite comedies of all time. Airplane is probably better in the grand scheme of things. It's just Yeah, man, that's great. I don't know why. I half expected number one to piss me off. I half expected this to be some bullshit. Listen, I've been seeing people in the chat, like I've seen like sprinklings of The Hangover, and I was deep in my mind. I was like, is The Hangover about to be number one? Are you guys trying to tell me that Hangover is going to be number one? I thought I saw. I've been trying to keep this list a secret for like all week because I wanted to see it for the first time on stream, and I've been seeing people on Twitter like I saw mentionings of Jackass, and I was like, is Jackass number one? But Jackass didn't even make the cut. Hangover didn't even make the cut. It was Naked Gun the whole time. I guess. Yeah, man. Naked Gun, best comedy of all time. It rolls off the tongue, but I don't know if I would go with that myself. Weirdly, like, underwhelming ending, I guess, considering the buildup of like the all-timers. But I guess that's what it's all about. Like, if we're talking silly ass comedies, Naked Gun. Is Big Lebowski on the list? Yeah, it's like 70 something. All right. Well, those are the best comedies of all time. The list is a bit rubbish. I don't know if I agree with the placements of a lot of these. I mean, a lot of my favorites made it. I'm thank God Playtime's here. Thank God Heartbreak Kid is here. Thank God Fargo's here. Young Frankenstein top 10 for sure. Groundhog Day probably not better than a lot of these. I mean, they got a lot of the essentials. I do think there should have been one, like, I really, and I'm being so serious, think SpongeBob should have been on here. It's one of the funniest comedies of its time. But who knows? Who cares? Whatever. Okay. Well, those were the best comedy movies of all time, apparently. Listen, we'll talk a little bit about My Cousin Vinnie. We're gonna head into My Cousin Vinnie here, but Shrek feels like a no-brainer. Yeah, especially if we're doing Shrek is as much a comedy as any of these, like as Fargo, certainly, as being John Malkovich. It's also like a very important animated film. All the memes aside, it's like an incredibly important film. Like one of the most influential and advanced of its time outside of Pixar, I would say. Was Superbad on here? Yes, it was number 20 exactly. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou was not on the list. Neither was Burn After Reading, which I genuinely think is one of the Coens' like most like if they ever made a straight up comedy, it was Burn After Reading, in my opinion. I mean, would you call, dude, No What's Up Doc is crazy, actually. That's so true. Where's What's Up Doc? No, My Cousin Vinnie. Which is not like that funny, but it's pretty funny. I'm surprised it didn't make the cut. Man, shut up. Let's talk about My Cousin Vinnie. Let's talk about it. This week we're talking about My Cousin Vinnie. Oh, before we get into that, I always forget to do this. Before we get into that, we're gonna decide on, or gonna set up the poll for next week's movie. Next week, what are we feeling? Does anyone have any suggestions? I might, for the first time in Broadcast history, throw in a new film, a 2025 release, and that's K-pop Demon Hunters, because I've been needing to watch it, and it would be fun to actually talk about it on here. I'm gonna throw in K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm gonna throw in Brazil. Actually, I don't know if I I mean, we should probably do some of the comedies on that list that we haven't seen, right? Which includes Brazil, obviously, but I'm kind of like, why don't we do some of the heavy hitters? We could always do Sherlock Jr. I'm all for that. I don't know if the community is. I'd be down for With Nail and Eye. Dude, I'm going to put down The Waterboy. That's a good one. That's an interesting pick. I'll put down Duck Soup for sure, because I really need to see that. Okay, so we have K-pop Demon Hunters, The Waterboy, Duck Soup. Waterboy isn't great, I'll just tell you that. I mean, I'm kind of half expecting that, but it's one of the greatest comedies of all time, apparently. My Cousin Vinnie again. What do you think of The Chair Company being renewed for season 2? I don't get how that concept will work as a multi-season series. I'm also fascinated at how they're going to keep it going, but I'm not upset about it. I'm like, I'll happily take another one. I'm happy to see this go even further. I'm surprised that it's worked as well up until this point. Like, off the pilot, you're like, really? We're going to do this for a whole season? And it's worked, honestly. So it has a very, by the way, I was going to bring this up. The beginning of Zootopia starts structurally in a very similar way to the first 2 episodes of The Chair Company. And you'll kind of loosely see what I'm talking about when you watch it. We're going to save the Christmas movies until Christmas. Wet Hot American Summer. There's been 2 people that said Wet Hot American Summer, so I'm going to put it in. Okay, we have K-pop Demon Hunters, The Waterboy, Duck Soup, and Wet Hot American Summer. One of these will be picked for next week. If you want to vote in the poll, you should become a member. We're not going to do Titan AE. You should become a member. It's a great way to support the channel. You get member-exclusive videos every few weeks. You get to vote on the polls. You get a chance to play me in Cine 2 Nerdle on stream. It's a good time. Many of the members can vouch for it. They seem happy, I think. Anyway, these are the movies for next week. Next week, the poll is up now on the community tab on the channel. We will decide on the winner by the end of the stream. Okay. Let's talk about My Cousin Vinnie a little bit, right? Show of hands, who watched My Cousin Vinnie this week? Based on the Discord, it seemed like one of the most watched films we've picked. One of the weirdly, like, the most discussed. It feels like so many people in the Discord were like, I just watched My Cousin Vinnie. It was a good time. Which is not surprising. It's a very well-loved, very, very popular, iconic film. I'm sure it was on a lot of people's watch list if they hadn't seen it already. Mine included. Me, I watched it not this week, but I have seen it before. Okay, can we just am I pronouncing it right? Marissa Tomei. Before we move forward, Tomei or is it Tomei? I'm not good at names. We know this, but I want to get it right before we go any further, because we will be talking about her quite a bit. Tomei, okay. Tomei, great. Is the Discord just for members? If not, where can I find it? It should be in the description of this stream. And it's open to everybody. And it's a good way to talk about the films outside of the stream. Talk about any film outside of the stream, that is. But yeah, My Cousin Vinnie. The film, it's a 1992 film, which is shocking for a few reasons. But the synopsis reads, New York lawyer Vinnie has never won a case. When his teenage cousin Bill and his friend Stan are accused of murder in a backwater Alabama town, it's up to the nervous Vinnie to save him from jail, even though he's only ever tried personal injury cases before, and none of them successfully. It's a weirdly worded synopsis, I'm going to be honest. course, if you were to make a movie, what genre would it be? I mean, I've written a movie that I'm hoping to make, and it's a character-driven drama. But if I could make anything, I would love to make a I'd honestly love to make one of those like hazy police procedural rabbit hole movies. Think like Under the Silver Lake or something like that. Those seem like very fun movies to make. Did Rancho Mirage finish up? I've really undersold this, but yes, it did. It is, as of last night, completely done. The cut is up on well, it's not available publicly, but we are officially done with the film, and it's a little crazy. I'm not, it hasn't really hit me yet, but yeah, it's over. It's over. It's been a grueling, not grueling, but it has been like a long process of post-production with that movie, just trying to figure it all out. So it feels good, man. It feels really good. John, I'll send you an updated cut if you want to see it. Sam, the colorist, did an incredible job. I mean, it looks outstanding. I have to say, I'm really happy about it. Looks like I will not go on this for too long because I know we're going to talk about My Cousin Vinnie, but as proud and as happy as I am about Dirtbag, this Dirtbag looks like such a student film next to this, which it kind of was. But I mean, I feel like this is such a step up in so many ways. So I'm really excited for people to see it because, yeah, man, I'm happy. How long is it? It's a nice 9 minutes, 5 seconds. I liked how Dirtbag looked too, but I think this looks really good. Our cinematographer hit it out of the park with this one. I mean, it just looks beautiful. Anyway, My Cousin Vinnie. It is directed by Jonathan Lynn, who, if that name sounds familiar, he also directed Clue. That's the only other one I've seen. I'm not too familiar with Jonathan Lynn's filmography. It is written by Dale Launer, who came up with the concept in college. Made a few other films before this, but eventually got to make this. But it was very loosely inspired by personal experience. But yeah, came up with it at a very young age. Eventually went on to make it. It was a huge success. This film had a budget of $11 million, made $64 million worldwide. It was a huge hit. Was not a huge awards player, I will say. Looking up at the awards, it wasn't like... And I'm curious about this. I mean, maybe just the award season has changed over the years, but the only award it ever won at the Oscars, and was nominated for at the Oscars to begin with, was Best Supporting Actress for Marissa Tomei, who won the award. At the time, it was apparently a bit controversial. Maybe because the film is a comedy and is not very serious, though when you look out at the other nominees, and I haven't seen all the films, I think she kind of deserved it. She's incredible in this film. She delivers an amazing performance. Clearly has been, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, has been nominated in other films moving forward. All of that to say, she totally deserved this award. I was going to ask, it's weird because I was looking it up. She wasn't really nominated at any award show before the Oscars. This is what I mean by that is when you watch the Oscars now, there's a whole, you track the other awards leading up to it, and that kind of gives you an idea of who's going to win that night. The Golden Globes and all these other critics associations and all this stuff. And it's if you see, I don't know, Kieran Culkin as an example, sweeping everything, you're well, he's probably going to win. But this, maybe it was just different in the 90s. There weren't as many award shows, and so it was kind of just, it must have been an absolute shock at the time. She was also, yes, she was very young. She was very new to Hollywood at the time. So yeah, it was a very kind of surprising win, but a well-deserved one. I will say I'm a little surprised that it wasn't up for more. I mean, I don't know much about the 1993 Oscars it would have been, but I'm the screenplay for this I can see being there. It's a pretty big screenplay movie. I guess it is a comedy, so I can kind of see why it wouldn't be looked at as like prestigious as what else was up. I'm surprised Joe Pesci wasn't recognized because I think he does a really good job in this film. I talked to John a little bit about this before the stream, but I think what's his name, Fred Gwynne, who plays the judge in this film, is just absolutely fascinating. This is one of the weirdest sounding and looking guys I've ever seen in a movie. I mean, he looks like he has a very like hound look about him. Kind of reminds me of like my relatives in Iowa, if you know what I mean. He's got a very Iowan thing about him. Tragically, he played the Munster. I was looking up a lot about him after this because I'm like, I've never seen this guy before, but he's fascinating and he's very good in this movie. He tragically passed away a year after this film was released at 66 from pancreatic cancer, which is, very sad, very unexpected. I'm like, he was 66. That's kind of young. And, but I'm like, it's crazy that it's a pretty crazy role to go out on. I mean, he really went for it. So I don't know. I thought he was a highlight of the film. And I feel like all the reviews I've looked up never mention him, which is crazy because I think he's phenomenal in it. He did a role in Pet Sematary in 1989, yes. And then he was big on like some show that I'm forgetting, but he played like a cop in the 60s on some sitcom. But he was great. So this is a film that has been on the watch list for a while. This is the first time I've seen it. I've been on the fence about it because all these years, I didn't really know what this movie was. And every time I looked it up, I would see the first two leads were like these two kids who are, Stan and Bill, who are the ones accused of murder in the film. And I've always been like, and then there's like Joe Pesci. And I always thought like they kind of led the film, those kids. And was like, well, I'm not really trying to, I don't know why I was like, I'm not really trying to watch that. And then the film starts and it's them. And I'm like, okay, this is my Cousin Vinnie. They abandon the kids like immediately. Like they are not, yes, they are the most important characters in the film. They kick off the whole thing. But they thankfully are put aside in place of they put Joe Pesci in the starring role, which is obviously he's Vinny, makes sense, but that made me happy because I was like I didn't really like know what the vibe of this film was. I always thought it was going to be kind of like a I don't know how to describe it, but I'm glad it turned out the way it was, and we mostly just follow Vinny and Joe Pesci being like a terrible lawyer. It's a very fun concept. But anyway, I said it was crazy that it was made in 1992 because to me this is like one of the most 80s films I've ever seen, both in like the soundtrack, the score, the feel. I was thinking a lot about how a lot of films from the 80s and early 90s did not look that good. This not being an exception. Like, it doesn't look bad, but it's like the lighting is pretty flat. I'm not sure you guys would agree. Like, I know it's not really the point for something like this. Like, this is ultimately a comedy, and they're not really, like, focused on that. But it is crazy how flat and drowned out a lot of these films from this era looked. And it gives me hope that maybe the pendulum will swing in the opposite direction now. Because things look also very flat these days. The night scenes specifically were very frustrating because I think there's a lot of... It's a very weird movie, right? Because it's... When I say it focuses on Vinny, it like really focuses on Vinny and kind of his deteriorating mental state throughout the film as he's like not getting the right amount of sleep and his tasks pile up very quickly in like absurd ways. And he's kind of like in a place... He's in the South. He comes from New York. It's a strange place. He doesn't really know how to make sense of where he is. There's a lot of like strangely psychological aspects to this, especially in like those night scenes where he's like waking up and there's like pigs squealing and there's like whistles and all these noises. I really wish those scenes looked better or were directed with a bit more muscle and oomph, because they just feel like kind of, I don't want to say corny, but they don't really like sell that moment the way I wish they did. I hate to say this about something like My Cousin Vinny, which is not after this at all, but I'm like, I wish there was like a bit, like they got into Vinny's head a bit more, because I think he's a really interesting character, and he's clearly like stressed the fuck out for most of this film. But yeah, that was like one of my gripes with the film, was that it just didn't look amazing. But it's not really about that, is it? Breaking news: My Cousin Vinny's about Vinny. See, that's why I started saying that, and I was like, "What are you saying, dog?" Just go. that was a strange point. Is My Cousin Vinny a dad movie? I don't know what this is, man. Yeah, kind of. It's kind of a mom movie, honestly. I can see this hitting big with like Italian moms. But yeah, I mean, I think everyone, what I will say about this, my parents both love this movie. See, that's like, it's one of, if I look out at the list of Broadcast movies that we've covered, it's one of the most likable and easy to recommend films out there. Even I, who was like on the fence about it for whatever reason, I came out having a great time, and honestly would happily watch it again. It will probably grow on me. Again, as far as courtroom films go, it's not my favorite. I like the callback to like the Cars, and like Marissa Tomei's car knowledge being like such a, I mean, the way she delivers those lines in that final act are just amazing. And I do think like that the climax, and when everything kind of comes together and Cousin Vinny actually locks in, like it gets pretty, it's pretty riveting for sure. I just don't, I think my favorite courtroom films like kind of have a much more laser focused sense, or they're more focused on the case like throughout the film. Like they're a bit tighter, whereas this is like, I think another issue I had with it was just kind of Vinny's doing a bad job again, and he just keeps making mistakes, and it feels like it runs in circles a bit throughout the film until he just kind of like goes crazier and crazier, and it feels like a giant buildup to what is the final, the trial. But I mean, it's kind of it works because Joe Pesci is so good. Which, yes, Marissa Tomei is amazing, and we're going to talk about her. But I really do think this is like one of Joe Pesci's best roles. I feel like he's usually the supporting actor who steals the show, but like this is like one of the only times I've seen him really like carry a film front to back. So I loved that about it. I thought he was fantastic in the movie. She kind of does steal the show though. All that being said, and I honestly could have used more of her. I feel like a lot of the film is like, a lot of the choices it makes happen like very suddenly. And I know we're not really going for realism here with Cousin Vinny, but like she doesn't seem like she becomes a significant part of the film until like she really needs to in the end. And it all happens like, again, pretty suddenly. I guess that's like one other thing I would rather have done is like, feel like they incorporated her a bit more into the story earlier on. But yeah. All that aside though, this is an incredibly entertaining film. Because he won't let her. You're right. That's the thing. He's kind of like shutting her out. And it's not until he lets her in that he becomes the best version of himself. Maybe you're right. It's a tight edit too. It is very, yes. It's very snappy. I mean, that's a lot of the comedies of this time. A lot of these like blockbusters, it's like they're just so tight, you know. It doesn't feel like there's any like wasted time. It's crazy that this movie's 2 hours. It does not feel like that at all. It goes by very quickly. It reminded me a lot of Something Wild by Jonathan Demme, in that it's like New Yorkers who kind of venture outside of New York and see the rest of the country for the first time. And the otherworldliness of that experience and like what it feels like it's like a home away from home kind of thing. It has a very, that's why I mean, I know Jonathan Demme worked a lot in the 90s, but like there was like something very like late 80s about this film in that way. And I really liked that. Like I liked the way it depicted the South, the way it did. It wasn't like the most comprehensive take, but who am I to speak on that? I'm not from the South. My Uncle Victor. Joe Pesci has an album called Vincent LaGuardia Gambini Sings Just For You, where he raps about murder and whatnot. Are you serious? Do you think they should remake this movie and Timothée Chalamet can be Vinny? I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's really his style. I think they should. I don't know who would be a Vinny in this day and age. We don't really have actors like that now. There's not really a Joe Pesci of today. We got Stav. It'd probably be Stav if they had to remake this. DeVito's too old now. Jason Schwartzman could do anything is the thing. You could do any role you give him. He'd make it work. KJ, thank you for the super chat. Are you at all familiar with Prehistoric Planet? I'm not. No. I'll check it out. What is it? Robert Pattinson is kind of a Joe Pesci of right now. He's not in the same way though. I see where you're coming from, but Kieran Culkin. No, we need somebody that's like, kind of short, and I guess Kieran Culkin is short and angry. I literally can't think of anybody, man, who would be a good Vinny. Anthony Fantano. We need an Italian. Yeah, there's not enough Italians working in Hollywood right now. Renee, thank you for the super chat. I've been betrayed by the poll. Yeah, let's check in on the poll. K-pop Demon Hunters leading at 38%. Duck Soup following at 35%. The Waterboys at 15%. Wet Hot American Summer at 12%. I guess I didn't finish that. I only said Wet Hot American. I didn't finish Summer. Carson, you should make a video about what you do on a daily basis. Changes all the time. If there's one thing I can say about being a YouTuber / influencer, it's that there's very little structure in my life. And that's something I wish I had more of. I already know you're going to hate K-pop. It's just not your thing. I think you got to... I'm going in with a very open mind, man. I've spoken on this before. I saw twice at Lollapalooza and thought they were fantastic. I was blown away. I mean, I've never... Like, having finally seen a K-pop show, I was like, wow, this is beautiful. This is intense. How do I vote? Sorry. You have to be a member. You got to... unfortunately, you got to be a member. But it's a great way to support the channel if you're looking to support the channel. Any broadcast movies you could put on your top 100? Probably Happiness. Probably... There was one other, though. Maybe Night of the Hunter? What do you tell people when they ask what your job is? It depends on who I'm being asked by. Oh my God, dude. I gotta quickly say something, or I have to quickly tell a quick story. I went to see The Running Man this week, Finally, we haven't really talked about it. It's old news at this point, but I finally went to go see The Running Man. Impulsively decided to buy I think it was like a 7 p.m. showtime on Saturday, which was Wicked weekend, which was a mistake. As soon as I showed up, there were all these people dressed in like pink and green, and I was like, God damn it, I did not think this through. And I was like stuck in the elevator with this group of girls, and she was like, what do you think we're gonna go see? And I was like, it's gotta be Wicked. It was a very uncomfortable experience. But anyway, I was not there to see Wicked. I went to see The Running Man, which was also a sold-out screening, by the way, which was surprising and weirdly good to see. But I sit alone because I go to the movies alone. This is something we know about me, and I encourage other people to do it because there's nothing weird about it. But I'm alone, and this couple walks up, and they sit right next to me. They're like, "Oh, we're right here," and the guy, he must have been like, I want to say like early 30s or something. He sits down and then he looks at me. I'll try to match what it looked like. He like sits down and then he looks at me and he's just like staring at me like that. And I'm like, what? I didn't say what, but he was like, after a moment, he was like, so you're just here alone? And I died inside when he said that. I like crumbled. I've never felt self-conscious being at the movie theater alone until that moment. And I was like, why did you say that? Like, why? There are still 15 minutes of trailers. Why the hell did you say that? And I was like, it's like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I do that sometimes too. And I could just tell by his voice. I was like, no, you don't. You don't do this. And we sit through the trailers. He's like introduces his girlfriend. She's like, hi, I'm Megan. I thought for a second, I was like, what is going on here? Like, I was like, maybe he knows my videos, but it wasn't that vibe at all. It was just a guy who felt bad for me or something for being there alone. And he's like, we need to talk to this guy. He's here alone. This is exactly what he wants. And it's like, no, man, no, like, leave me alone. Sorry. The trailers are playing, and they played the trailer for that new Primate movie, that new monkey horror movie. And it ends, and the theater is silent, and he says way too loudly, he's like, well, that was lame. And I was like, what is your problem? Like, just stop talking. He leans over after a little bit, and he's like, so are you a big Glenn Powell fan? And I was like, you think I just, like, went here alone because I'm, like, a big Glenn Powell fan? Like, what is going on right now? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, did you see Twisters? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, that was the best movie I've ever seen. I'm like, tracks. And then the credits like are over, and he's like, well, that was a lot of credits. I'm like, yep, always is. And then the Nicole Kidman thing starts, and he goes, oh, brother. And I'm just like, this guy sucks, man. You're making all the wrong moves here. And thankfully, we watched the movie. Based on everything that's happening during the trailers, I'm like, this guy does not get out that often. Like, this is his first time going to the movie theaters since Twisters. And like, he doesn't take out his phone during the movie. He doesn't talk a whole lot during the movie, which was shocking, a huge relief. But then it's over. Finally. I mean, the movie was, it says a lot about the movie. I had fun, all things considered, but the credits roll. And like the second the credits roll, he leans over and he goes, well, that was pretty action packed, wasn't it? And I smirked and I got up and left. I was like, I'm done, bro. I need to go home. Like, you, I don't know what your deal is, man, but I'm out. That was a hellish experience. He was a fascinating character, honestly. I don't know if he was trying to make friends. I don't know if he just felt bad for me. I don't know if he was a fan, but he goes, well, that was action packed. And I was just like, goodbye. It was insane. I was like in disbelief at what I've never felt the way I did when he asked, so you're just here alone. Like, it was the way he said it just really caught me off guard, ruined my whole vibe. I'm like, I'm never going to the movies alone on a Saturday night ever again. That's the last time I do that. Anyway, I had to get that off my chest. The whole time I was like, well, this, if nothing else, this will make for a good story on stream. Like, I cannot wait to tell the chat about this, because this is like, dude, average Glenn Powell head. That's what I was, that's what I was thinking. I was like, he really brings out the worst, doesn't he? He was that kind of guy. He was the, well, that was guy. He, like, unironically, I was like, who are you? You only have 20 minutes left? I know. I'm wrapping it up. I was going to give my Cousin Vinnie 3.5. I'm between a 3.5 and a 4. But poor Megan. I was going to say, there was a part of me, the vibe of him and his girlfriend and the way they were both looking at me, I was like, are they going to ask me to be a third or something? Like, that was the vibe. And I was like, I'm so deeply uncomfortable right now. I was like, they could be fans, they could be looking for that, or they could just be like completely out of touch and like rude. She was fine. I wished that she sat in between us, because I don't think she would have done that shit. But he was like clearly having way too much fun. You failed their vibe check, and thank God. Dude, I was actively trying to fail the vibe check. I was like, I don't want to pass this vibe. So anyway, I bring that up because you asked me, what do you tell people when they ask what you do? I was going to say, that whole time in the back of my mind, I was like, if they ask what I do, I'm going to tell them I'm a film student at USC. I had a whole plan. I had a whole lie planned. I was like, I'm going to tell them I'm a film student at USC. I like to go to the movies. That's it. Because I was like, if I even think about calling myself a YouTuber, I'm like, that would just, the can of worms that would open would be endless. Anyway. Cousin Vinnie, 3.5 out of 5. Good movie. Okay. I'm literally in the stream, man. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have talked to you. I was just nervous, man. I should have just said I was a fan. I'll never speak to anyone in public ever again. I'm so sorry, Karst. Not only you're a member. That whole time you were a member. It's all good, man. It's all good. I love a film student card. Yeah, it would have. I mean, I think I can still pull it off. I get carded all the time. It would have been real awkward, though, if he was a fan. Oh, that was the other thing. Yeah, he asked what my name was, and I was like, Karsten. And I really pronounced the T, because it's always a thing. And I'm like, Karsten. And then he pauses for a second. He's like, without the T. I was like, nope, with the T. God damn it. He's like, oh, that's interesting. And then he, like, looked off, as if it was, like, the craziest thing he's ever heard. He just, like, looked off into the distance. He was like, huh. I haven't heard that one before. I'm like, I don't care, man. I don't care. It was like every wrong interaction bundled into one guy. What a fascinating person. Yeah. I just realized, I was like, am I just like an introverted asshole? Am I just like really antisocial these days? Or is that guy just insane? Like, I was like, maybe I'm the weird one, man. Because I've been clocking that about myself. I'm like, maybe I am kind of a negative guy. But every now and then you come across some real characters. Anyway, I liked The Running Man more than I thought I would. We were talking all that shit, and then I ended up kind of having a good time with it. It's not good. Or, I mean, no, it's not perfect, I meant to say. It's good. The third act is a huge disaster. I think the third act was clearly edited in the span of like a couple weeks to make the deadline, is the vibe I was getting. But it was good. It was good. I'll talk about it more in the what I watched this month. Okay. All right. Let's wrap things up. We could do the call-ins. We could try the call-ins, or maybe this morning's not the time. Maybe not. I promise I'm going to roll it out eventually, but I don't know if this morning is the time. We have 20 minutes. I have time for one round of Geoguessr. And I think for the sake of time, I apologize, but this week we're not going to be doing fan duels. I'll probably just do like a puzzle or two and call it, because I do got to catch this flight. I'm not going to lie to you. This is going to be a hellish experience. I will say LAX, not as bad as people make it out to be once you're in there. Like I've never had a negative experience in the TSA line at LAX. It's always pretty straightforward, but the getting there is a disaster. You spend 45 minutes just approaching the airport. Where are you going? I'm going home for Thanksgiving. I'm going to Minnesota. A Geoguessr movie is in the works. How? I don't know how that would work. Let's see the Neon box set. Oh, you're right. There's so many things to do. Let me do the critical real quick, though. Among Us, good-looking people version. I've never seen this movie, but is it... Why do I feel like it's ready or not? Nope. Hey, James Shafrillis. I feel like I've been in Crazy Town for the past month after a certain Bird app event, so this movie is exactly the antidote I needed. I spent a good 5 minutes having a cathartic laughing fit as the credits rolled. Also, you are not prepared for what Blank's first scene in this movie is. 4.5 stars. Oh my god, my screen's not on. Sorry. Well, I hope I did a good job narrating. Well, I can't get that one. Did you get the politics of the Running Man? I mean, they were pretty spoon-fed, I would say. They're pretty... Felt a couple of years too late, honestly. But I'm not going to get into that. Blank simply understands that I just love to see rich assholes get torn apart and clowned on. Oh, okay. Among Us, torn apart and clowned on. Oh man, I have no idea. People like this movie a lot. Rich assholes torn apart and clowned on. Among Us, fuck. I have zero clue. The biggest mystery to hit the Greek islands since Sophie Sheridan invited her 3 potential fathers to her wedding. Greek islands. It's not Infinity Pool. It's not Infinity Pool, right? No. Greek islands, though. It's not Glass Onion. It is Glass Onion. I was like, I think it's Glass Onion, but I was like, I'm not confident about that at all. I should have just gone with that off the jump. Not too bad. Not too bad. Actually, that took me a while. Let's do a quick battle. One quick battle, and then we're out. Weekly Boxed. Scooby Dooby. I thought it was very relevant. Stephen King, who wrote the book, did call the film Die Hard for Our Time. That's interesting. Yeah. It was interesting. Oh my God. I was thinking a lot about how it's the second Stephen King adaptation this year. About, like, it was an interesting pairing with The Long Walk. Because one is like, they're like kind of two opposites, but they very much work as a pair. Okay, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I'm just gonna start over. I don't like that route. They need mystery, non-horror. I need Go to the Movies. This guy's gonna miss his flight. Ryan Gosling, Lars, and the Real Girl. I'm gonna go. I think Cruella is a decent place to go. Oh, John, did you pick the boxed already? Begonia, you did. Thank you. Bugonia. Yorgos Lanthimos. We're gonna... I know exactly where to put you. I'm gonna cry. Poor Things. Welcome to Alps. Get fucked in Alps. Apples? Let's go. Let's fucking go. Carson, now that you have seen Brokeback Mountain, where would you put Ang Lee in your director tier list? He's a good director, man. I think I still am a little unfamiliar. I haven't seen a lot of his big hits. I would probably put him in like B tier for now. He's a good director. He's not one of my all-timers, but there's a lot more to see. Okay, The Social Network. The Social Network. I need Now You See Me, Now You Don't. 2025 is what I need. I'm gonna hit you with a brick on that one. We're gonna lock in. 8:45. God damn it, man. We gotta go. This is maybe not a good idea. What about my boy Michael Mann? Yeah, he wasn't in the original tier list, was he? I think he's A tier for me. He's one of my favorites. I really like Michael Mann. Now You See Me. Jesse Eisenberg. Dave Franco. We're gonna go with Together. Thoughts on Sorry Baby movie? It's good. It's good. Now You See Me 2. Now You See Me 2. Woody Harrelson. We're going to do Natural Born Killers. Yeah, it's good. I think it is an indie comedy drama, which is like always, something I go a little crazy for. It's good to see Lucas Hedges in something again. I think the only thing I'm not crazy about with it is a lot of the like really honest and tender moments that feel like that feel very like they're onto something. They get in the way of with like this like self-aware humor that's not really my thing. I feel like it takes away from the get fucked. I don't know, from some of those more emotionally profound moments. Knocked Up, Seth Rogen. We'll kick it off with An American Pickle. See what you do with that. This person's out of escapes, out of skips, out of casts. We just need to get them with a third strike. Donnie Darko. Seth Rogen, third strike. Doesn't really exist. Donnie Darko. Jake Gyllenhaal. We could go, what's it called? Not Roadhouse. It is Roadhouse. With a block. Because Jake Gyllenhaal is Mad Mysteries. I am watching Pluribus, yes. Jake Gyllenhaal, third strike. Jake Gyllenhaal, third strike. No. Let's try Ambulance. Let's see what you can do with that. Good game. Really? I didn't think that was going to happen. Guy's not familiar with Michael Bay. All right. Well, that was good. Let's end on that note. Let's end on that. Let's do the Cine 2, or not the Cine 2, no, the Weekly Boxed. We'll do the Weekly Boxed. The Weekly Boxed this week is Tomencore. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to pronounce that, but Tomencore. Is that really it? Two-man core. Okay, that's it. That's it. Interesting profile here. From Warsaw, Poland. 2,307 films with 7 followers and 7 following. This is, I mean, you're just... Oh, I'm not even signed in. You do follow me. I'm honored. I'm honored to be a part of this exclusive group here. Very intense 4 favorites here. We got Satan Tango, The Act of Killing, The Zone of Interest, and what is this? The Exterminating Angel. First of all, aesthetically very nice. Although I will say the white bars being back to back here but not here is annoying. I think you should alternate them. Switch the Zone of Interest with The Act of Killing for the sake of keeping it nice and balanced. But I mean, very intense. You're very serious, very very Polish cinephile. But I mean, I no complaints here. These are great films. 4.5 for sentimental value, 2.5 for Wicked for Good. That's about right. I can't get over just the numbers up here. That's my alarm. 2,300 films, but barely any followers or following. You're just in it for the love of the game, which I appreciate. You rarely give something 5 stars. You're very picky about your 5 stars. We have The Exterminating Angel, There Will Be Blood, Chinatown, Pulp Fiction, The Shining, Inglourious Bastards, 2001: A Space Odyssey, A Separation, The Act of Killing, Satan Tango, The Zone of Interest, and Poor Things feels like it does not... Like, everything I know about you, this feels like really out of place, honestly. I feel like you wouldn't go for something as whimsical as Poor Things, just knowing your tastes, but who am I to say? What do you hate? What are you not rocking? You're not rocking with Gummo, which also doesn't really track. I feel like you would get down with Gummo. And then a bunch of films I am not familiar with. And some Neil Breen. I like the profile picture. This is very simple. It's very nice on the eyes. I don't know where it's from, but it's nice to look at. And then your watch list, we have, let's see what you have. Mysterious Skin, Boy, Tree of Life, a couple bangers in here that you still got to get around to. Barry Lyndon, I already know that's the easiest 5-star of your life. I mean, there's not much to go off of with this profile. It's very laid back. I mean, I'm in some crazy company here in the following, and so I gotta say thank you off the bat. But yeah, there's not much to go off of here. I like it though. I like it. You're a very intense person, but in a way that I respect. Thank you, Tomenkor. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna wrap things up. That was the weekly boxed. Let's check in on the poll. Let's see who's winning. Let's see who is gonna be next week. Tomas, is that actually you? That is you. Oh my God, Tomas. Good to finally put a profile to the name. Good to finally know. I had no idea. I guess that tracks. Very, very fun to see you. Very fun to see your profile. It looks like the winner for next week, by just a little bit, is K-pop Demon Hunters. We'll be watching K-pop Demon Hunters for next week. Our first new release ever covered on the broadcast. And I'm excited. I have nowhere to run. We have to watch it. There's no avoiding it. K-pop Demon Hunters. It is available on Netflix. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it, especially in light of just seeing Zootopia 2. I'll be able to weigh in on the animated race this year. Okay. Guys, I'm probably going to have to catch my flight here, so I think I'm going to call it, but thanks for tuning in. Apologies for the slightly shorter stream this week, but we'll be back next time in a new office, and we'll be discussing it. Check out my new video on Wicked for Good on the main channel. Highly recommend you check it out. I have a new video on Zootopia 2 coming soon. I'll also have a What I Watched This Month by the time the next stream goes live, so be on the lookout for those. If you're not already subscribed to the main channel, you should subscribe. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, you should subscribe. If you want to support this channel and get in on all the member-exclusive perks, like exclusive member-only videos and whatnot, Consider becoming a member. It's a good time. If you want to keep the fun going off stream, join the Discord in the link in the description. And that's it. Okay. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Mwah.